Hello, my name is Henry Bailey and I'm Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Schedule It. At Schedule It, we created an educational series for independent adjusters and IA firms that features insights from the industry's most accomplished professionals. Today we're joined by Dee Dee Womack from AdjusterTrainer.com. Dee Dee is the only Xactimate certified trainer who specializes in flood. Dee Dee, welcome and thank you for joining Schedule It today.
Thank you, Henry, for having me. And I will tell you, I wish that you were around when I started in this business, because one of the things about the flood industry, there is no clear career path for flood adjusters. So it was who you know and then learning on the fly. And frankly, there wasn't anything out there. So that's why I started the company to begin with. Today, what I'd like to do is to share with you different things that flood adjusters can do to prepare themselves to be a professional in our industry. Number one, if you're going to be a flood adjuster, you must know the flood policy inside and out. And it's called the Special Flood Insurance Policy. And under that are three separate forms. One form is the dwelling form. That would mean anything that is a 1 to 4 family home, so residential. The next one would be the general property form. The general property form deals with small commercial buildings, anything you'd think of as non-residential or special, quote, quote, other residential. Then there's one policy form that is unique unto itself, as an individual cannot buy it, only a condominium association. So we refer to that as the Residential Condominium Building Association Policy, and we call it RCBAP for short. So it is a little intimidating at first that all of a sudden you're learning three different forms, which would appear to be three different policies. So perhaps about 97% of the language is the same, and then so you just have to learn the minute differences between each. And frankly, most adjusters are going to start with the dwelling policy. So that's exactly what the first thing I would tell someone to do is become intimately familiar with the flood dwelling form. So for second, obviously, is that no one steps into a new job knowing exactly how to do their job. So there are several steps you'd have to follow. One, of course, is what to do once you receive a claim. Number two, how do you speak to the insured? Number three, how do you conduct an inspection on site to make sure that what you have is a general condition of flooding, which is covered under the policy? So each one of the independent adjusting firms that we work with will have their personal steps or their processes that they would follow for the inspection. But there's a lot of things that we as adjusters must know how to do anyway. And I'm telling you, you're not going to have to learn anything new. You're going to talk to someone, empathize with them, find out what happened, confirm information on the loss report that you received from your IA firm, and number one, be empathetic and communicative and professional with the insured. You are the one person that they're waiting to see in the field once they've called in a flood claim. Put simply, know how to do your job before you ever are assigned your first flood claim. The third thing is probably the most important thing. How do you pull all this together? You have to be able to understand the policy, of course, conduct an inspection, work well with the insured, but everything comes together to pay the insured through the report that you create through your claims adjusting software. And there are a couple of claims adjusting softwares that are used on a regular basis in flood. One is Xactimate 28, and they have a special type within their software that deals specifically with FEMA flood forms, because we're totally different from the general commercial world. There's another one, which is SimSol, and SimSol was created by flood adjusters for flood adjusters. When it all boils down to it, Henry, it's It's a PDF. You're entering information into a software program that will print out the appropriate forms with the numbers in the right places and enable us to document the file the way that the carrier wants it documented. Here's a typical example. When it's a huge storm, it would be very likely that I could be assigned 12 claims all at once. I am to contact each one of those insureds immediately upon accepting the claim, and in no less time than 24 hours. I also have to organize, pack, plan my route to the disaster site, then be calling and making notes while I'm driving. So I was absolutely thrilled on the last 2 storms that I worked on, and you guys, Schedule It, came along, because frankly, if you can delegate, you can dominate. And I really, really appreciate what you've done.
Thank you, Dee Dee, for that most informative industry update. Again, that was Dee Dee Womack from AdjusterTrainer.com. To learn more about Dee Dee's flood training, please contact her at AdjusterTrainer.com or 305-394-0479. Again, that was 305-394-0479. Check back to ScheduleIt.io soon for strategies to help you become a better adjuster. And remember, knowledge is the key to success. And thank you for joining Schedule It today.